Mtende and Dr. May, who have always been facilitating us in this retooling exercise. So
they are confident. One principal told me while they were still sitting in the staff room, one came in and said, "Who is Mr. Kimaru? Who is Mr. Kimaru? Who is Mr. Kimaru?" And then when Mr. Kimaru put up their hand, I'm not saying this to Mr. Kimaru, said, "It's time for visit, it is your lesson." They said, "Well." I had that in a board meeting. The boarding master was presenting the challenges they are facing. Grade 10, do your lesson. Before you can ask yourself, what core competency have I developed in this lesson? The other one is, it is learner-centered. This curriculum is learner-centered. What do we mean by learner-centered? The learner is the key. It's about the learner, as opposed to 844 that has been teacher-centered. If this table is too high for the learner, we don't tell the learner to modify himself to suit the table. We modify the table to suit the learner. So that in CBC we say, if you cannot teach the way they learn, then maybe you should. If they cannot learn the way you teach, then maybe you should teach the way they learn. Gone are the days when a parent comes during academic day and they are moving from chemistry to English. So tuko kwa teacher of chemistry, the boy amepata E in that exam. What is wrong with this boy? How do you normally respond to the parent? Tuongee tu ya ukweli. Or you start quarreling the boy in front of them to establish your authority, isn't it? Vincent, how many times did I tell you? Now you see, your mother is here.
You should tell the grades of other students.
Haven't I told you? Did you come to consult? See, I told you should come. See, I've seen that in class. Have you come to consult? Mwanafunzi? This curriculum is about the learners. It is, we don't remove ourselves from the equation. Instead, we understand what the learner needs. It is value-based. We're talking about values. I will show you the values in a minute. But our people have always said, the society has always said, that the children of these days. Have you heard that statement? Yes. I don't know whether they say the teachers of these days, but they normally say the children of these days. What's wrong with the children? They don't stand on parents passing by. They are not respectful. They are not loving. They do this. It's because our society is now devoid of values. It is community and parental involvement as one of the pillars. The parent needs to be heavily involved, empowered and involved. It focuses on formative assessment as opposed to 844, which is purely summary. There is also flexibility and relevance. In 844, the ones we have now in 44, we can almost say even the date they are going to do physics, KCSE physics, this year. We can almost pinpoint the exact date they are going to say. Whether you die here or you live, that physics will happen. Whether something happens to you, whether there is corona or not, that physics will, it is so rigid. This curriculum is flexible. It is relevant. It is relevant to the lives of the learners. You remember those topics that you did some times back, and right now you are asking yourself, now what was that? You remember those topics? Kama gani? Ile saa hii unashangaa sasa what was that? Ilikuwa inisaidie nini? Let's hear those stories. Let's hear them. What is that? I don't even know what you're talking about. And I find
Fishing in Japan.
yes.
Fishing in Japan.
Which other one? Which other one? Kwanza watu wa history wanakuanga na history. There are things we were forced to do. There were things we needed to come up with a formula of how we are going to remember them. Agrarian. Sijui Coco in
Napoleon. Coco in Ghana.
Now what was that? And who invented the bicycles? Who invented them? What knowledge or what use is that knowledge to me right now? The relevance of it. So my friend has to go in class to execute a lesson. You must answer the question. How relevant is it to my life? That is the learning. Of what relevance? What is the essence of you teaching that lesson? You can say here. Because we started by saying education is supposed to solve problems. So of what relevance? What was chemistry? Mulifunza distillation. What was that? This? Chemistry. This is my look like chemistry. Chemistry. Distillation. Kumbola topic distillation. Of what relevance is it now? When you take those things, you are able to see where there was a gap in the process. You are able to tell. My dad used to drink and he would go to this house and say, he married. And then he so he would say, it is as watery as the alcohol of this, and then she would say the name of the woman who prepared. And then this one she will know, if he sends us to go and buy in the village, he will know which house he's bought for. So, was that chemistry relevant at that point?
Application.
Those are the competencies we were talking about. I'm happy you were able to say a few, but look at it. Those are the 4 competencies. Try telling your neighbor, pick one and explain to your neighbor what it is. Pick one and explain what it is.
Which one?
Kumbuka kwamba ukimaliza hii session utaenda class grade 10 na utataka one of these competencies to come out. Bwana principal, every time I tell these people to talk to their neighbor, they start right.
What are
It
you
is very hateful.
What are you writing?
Okay, let's hear it. Just pick one and say something about it. I don't want a definition, just say something about it. Just pick one. In any order. Yes, sir. The gentleman in black. Pick one and say something.
Digital literacy. You should be able to cope with the new technology and also be able to operate as
You are good. One more? Yes, sir.
Communication and organization. You should be able to communicate within themselves and groups that are in their classes.
Good. One more.
self-efficacy.
Yes, sir.
Should be able to believe in themselves that they can be able to accomplish some tasks.
They should be good. They should be able to tell you, I am good in this. I am not very good in this, but it is still okay. So that we don't belittle that which they are not good at, but at the same time we should try to improve that which they are not good at, and we should glorify that which they are. We should not let them feel stupid because they didn't know this. We should help them improve on that, and they should be able to identify that I am good in this and I am okay with that. Self-efficacy. So those are the core competencies. It does not mean that those are the only competencies in the world. The framers of the curriculum settled on this because it suits the environment within which we live in as a Kenyan society. It is also in line with the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Otherwise, there are so many competencies in the world, but we settled, the curriculum framers settled on this because they suit the Kenyan society and in line with the Constitution. Values. I said this is a value-based curriculum. It's competency-based, it is value-based. These are the values that are aligned to the Constitution of Kenya 2010, that are aligned to our Kenyan society. There are so many values. If you go to the Bible, what was here will tell you the values are from here to Tumbuku. But we have only zeroed in on these. How many are there? These 8 core values. So, tell your neighbor, value gani uko sawa? Science, uko sawa kwa hii value uko sawa. Sijasema yenye hauna, nimesema yenye uko sawa. Why are you running the process? Watu wanacheka.
Value first.
Okay, I'm going to help you. When I mention a value, you say yes. Kama uko sawa. If you are not sawa, you just keep quiet. Are we together?
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Responsibility.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes.
Unity.
Yes.
Peace.
Yes.
I hope we are not talking about peace as absence of war. Because peace is not always the absence of war. Patriotism. Ninyi ni watu wa kuvumilia kuwa wa Kenya. Social justice.
Yes.
Integrity.
Very.
Which one are we having trouble with? Integrity. Wangapi wanasema mimi sina integrity? What is important is how we infuse these values into our teaching and learning. We are not asking you to cram the values. What is important is how you infuse it, how you integrate it, how you mainstream it into the teaching and learning. The question will be in this lesson, I'm going to bring out the value of. You are not going to enter into a class and say, grade 10, good morning. Today, we are going to talk about the value of integrity. Say integrity. We are going to bring out these values through programs like guidance and counseling, PEI, clubs, society, any non-formal programs that we are going to have in the school. We bring out these values. We are also going to adapt this whole school approach. From the gate, from the immediate neighborhood, they should know that as Lelwak Boys, we stand by these values. These are the core values that we try to inculcate in our learners in this school. To the staff work, to the administration, to the secretary, to the bursar, to the watchman, to the dormitory, to the groundsman, to the board, 2 years, lower primary 3 years, upper primary 3 years, junior 3 years, and now they are in senior school, where they've come with a pathway in mind. They are here either for breath. They were exploring. So don't tell me, watoto wa grade 10 hawajui physics. They were exploring. Don't tell me mathematics yao iko chini. They were doing what? Now they've come, they have decided this is their career. Now can you teach them now? Alright? Sawa? Are we together? And then at this level, the focus is on career specialization. We believe they know what they want and they are specialized. The mind is focused in that line of career. I'm not going to go in so much on what we are teaching in pre-primary and primary unless your interest is there, either as a parent or as an educationist, in which case I can share with you the notes. Those are the learning areas that they were exploring in junior school. So if they've come and they are saying that they want to do physics, it's because they did well in integrated science and pre-technical studies. Are we together? If they've come and they are saying they want to do business studies, it's because they did well in pre-technical studies. If they are here and they say they want to do social studies, history, geography, because they did well in social studies. Nakadalika. So that those are the 9 learning areas. At senior school, therefore, we call them subjects. Junior learning areas. This level, they are subjects. We want to look at that the senior school is pathway based. And you already know by now that we have the 3 pathways. It is also a pre-tertiary preparation, in preparation for colleges and universities. We are looking at career exploration. We are going to help them make decisions about their careers. We want them to develop the core values, the competencies, so that we develop what we call lifelong learning, which is one of the missions of Teacher Service Commission. We are looking at a holistic human being. Mtu wako na values, mtu wako competent, mtu wako na competencies, mtu wako na values, mtu wako aware na environment yake, and of course ako na holistic development. What are the learning outcomes we expect from senior school? By the end of senior school, these learners should be able to communicate effectively, because one of the competencies is communication and collaboration. Help them communicate and make use of the ICT. So kama wewe ni mwalimu ambaye mambo ya ICT upendi sana, then the system is going to throw you out. Apply mathematical, logical thinking skills. Remember, the competency of critical thinking and problem solving. We want human beings coming out of senior school who are able to apply those mathematical and logical critical thinking skills to be able to solve problems. To be able to apply basic research skills to manipulate the environment in order to be able to solve problems. We want human beings who are able to exploit their talents, so that your business is going to be identified, nurture their talents. First identify and then nurture. There comes a time I will come to your class and say, this debate here, what is this talent? You are not going to very quickly say, class teacher. No, you kibeti mwenye anakaa hapo nyuma. Unaona nini yake ni nini? You will have the business of identifying and nurturing the talent of that learner. If you see a learner who wants to talk a lot, it's not time to shut them up. ati you look like your father. I saw you during academic day. Niliona mpaka watoto wakifika nyumbani wanasema teacher, mom, ukikuja shule usiseme jina langu. Because ukienda sitakuwa na mahali pa kukaa. Looking at upholding national, moral, and religious values. A human being who will uphold those values, national, moral, religious values, and be able to apply them from day to day. A human being who will promote health, safety, preserve, and improve environment. There was a time we were asked this question, that you are in a training like this, and water is supplied, provided. So give everybody a bottle. At the end of the day, what happens to those bottles of water? Hello? What happens? Where do you leave them? Why? Because there's somebody who is coming to. Between you and that person coming to collect, who has gone to school who? Yeah? Who should be aware of the environment more? Between you and that person who is coming to collect. It's supposed to be you, isn't it? Yes. So we should be able to produce people who are environmental aware. They should be able to demonstrate active local and global citizenship. Citizenship for harmonious coexistence. Gentlemen who are here, imagine there is a match between Chelsea and but on the other hand, we have also a match locally between Shabana and which one will you watch? Citizenship, Wana. Citizenship. Love your country. Which one are you going to watch? They go global first, and then local by that. So these learners are already globally aware. I started by saying they are 21st century. So they are globally aware. The ladies who are here, kindly don't be so naive and think that you are teaching people who don't know that. Actually, they know much more than us. As young as they are. Have you seen these young year-old, 2-year-olds? They get a hold of a phone. Very quickly, wamefika YouTube. Na hajaanza kuongea. They are already on YouTube and they have not even started. So they are globally aware, they are digitally literate. We need to just enhance that. Demonstrate appreciation for diversity in people and culture. It's not a time to bring in your prejudice. The way you say, oh, this community are thieves and this community are too proud, oh, this community are what? Hiyo ni yako tafadhali. For them, we help them appreciate diversity. Manage pertinent and contemporary issues. When a principal, I went to another school and they already have an HOD for pertinent and contemporary issues. HOD, PCI. And I deal to now emerging issues. Because they are there. PCIs. Right now, we have issues of health. We have issues of radicalization. We have issues of poverty. We have issues of nitrogen. It's this thing that everybody wants. Uchumi. Uchumi back. It affects their learning and teaching. In looking at the subjects, those are the core subjects. In grade 10 now. These are their core subjects. Every learner will take these 4 subjects. English, Kiswahili, mathematics, and CSL. CSL, community service learning. And then we have what we call facilitative skills. PE, ICT, na PE. Last year there was a big conversation across the country where they were not supposed to do mathematics. Mathematics was supposed to just be for STEM. Then there was a conversation across the stakeholders, parents, and they said, how will we survive without mathematics? That's why we now have core and essential mathematics. In fact, by the time these guys were picking the subjects that the school is going to offer, it had not been realized. So we realized kuna students wamekuja na mathematics and 2 other subjects. So they need to pick an up. Sijui ilikuwa inaitwa nini? There's a name, but they were calling that mathematics. But now we have core mathematics and essential mathematics. Those taking STEM will do core mathematics. Those taking social sciences and arts and sports will do essential mathematics. So kila mtu sawa. The guidance for this selection is that all learners will take English and Swahili. I think I've already explained that. But look at the last slide, the last bulletin that says learners will choose 3 subjects. 1 pathway and 2 from the one pathway and 2 other from either pathways. So if they come for STEM, they will have 1 subject from STEM. The other 2 can either come from that STEM or social science. They are dependent or they are guided by their career focus, their ability meaning how they performed in JS, their aptitude, what are they capable of doing, and what is their interest. Underline interest. First, they say this is a learner-centered. So Mr. Silma will not say, hey, I want you to do physics. Now the learner is saying, no, my interest is this. We take care of the interest of the learner. The problem we have is that they were not properly guided at junior school. And so for some of them, we didn't have teachers for those particular subjects at the start. As they were in grade 7, we were only able to employ arts, sana arts, what were arts, because they had stagnated for some time. So when they were in grade 7, because we are pioneers, walikuwa na walimu wa Kiswahili, CRE teaching, physics and mathematics. So forgive them if they have some concepts that they look like they are lost. Still, we have let them down. But we are trusting you to correct some of those anomalies. One teacher was telling me, in music, from KTG was telling me, Madam Director, niko na watoto wa music kweli wamesema wanataka kufanya music. But they have no idea what music is all about. They thought wanakuja tu kufanya nini? Dr. Ngeny was telling me, we have those who have come for sports and arts and sports. They thought they are just coming to play football. So ikifika 8, they want to be in tracksuits and they want to go to the field. Mambo ya essential mathematics na core mathematics, English, what? They just want to go to the field. You will find them a bit misguided. It's our opportunity to guide them, to do right by them. So these are the subjects. Arts and sports pathway, we have 2 tracks. The schools that are offering this are either doing sports science or arts. Like Tibitia, for example, they picked on sports science. They are not doing the arts part of it. They don't have music and dance, they don't have theater and film, they don't have fine arts. So 2 tracks. Social science pathway has also 2 tracks. Do you understand what I mean by tracks? Yes. Good. One track is language and literature, the other track is humanities and business studies. You are home there, isn't it? So those are the subjects. Under language, literature, a learner can pick 1 or 2 subjects from there. under humanities and social and business studies, the learner can pick one or two. So kwa hii ya language, which subjects are we offering as Lelwak? English and literature. Fasihi ya Kiswahili.
The only two.
We are not doing indigenous. Indigenous. Teka, tete, titi. We are not doing that. We are not doing that.
Sana.
Ulikataza sana kazi. This is an opportunity, a job opportunity. Or are all your grandchildren speaking in English? Are they speaking in pure? They are adulterated mother tongue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you will pay a lot of money in future to have them speak the indigenous language. And then we have humanities. What are we offering there?
Christian and religious education.
Theory, business, history, and geography. Understand? It has 3 tracks. And across the country, every secondary school, every senior school is offering STEM. It's compulsory. Because the target of the government is that by 2030, this country is industrialized. And we are headed there. Believe me, we are headed there. And the infrastructure is not so bad because in 844, schools had labs. So it is just a matter of beefing up a few areas, but the infrastructure is already there. It has 3 tracks: pure science, applied science, technical studies. This is the STEM. The subjects under them ni hapo kwa hapo. Are you safe? Kuna mtu system imemweka nje. So you already know subject yako iko track gani. You can take time there, you can internalize if you have a question. You already know subject yako iko track gani. Now you realize that kuna learners wamekuja hapa and they have chosen some weird subjects, isn't it? And then you want to bring that into a career fulani na inakushinda kidogo. Dr. Ngen is going to help us with that. We will be allowed to talk to these students and parents and be able to align them to a particular career. Utasikia mtu anasema anataka kufanya medicine, lakini hajapick chemistry. Is that possible? Sirma, is it possible? Anataka kufanya medicine, lakini hajapick chemistry. Is it possible? Amekuja na some weird combination. You want to see sasa huyu atakuwa nini? Inakuwa technical. We have the opportunity to help them identify their careers and channel their subjects towards that career. Not yours, not the way you want, but the way the learner wants. It will just guidance from us. Are we offering marine and fisheries?
Alex
Kiprotich kutoka shule
ya upili ya Lelwak.
Naam. Shukran, karibuni sana na nafikiri mtatembezwa kwingine, sijui mshashiba tayari eh?
Naam.
Okay. Asanteni sana kwa kutembelea hapa Radio Taifa.
Asante sana.
Resources kidogo hapa na pale might have hindered the board last year as they were picking the subjects that the school is going to offer. But as we move forward, looking at the way which resources are needed, I personally believe this is the school that should be taking all the 3 partners. But of course, we have challenges. We don't have enough teachers, resources, but moving forward, we hope that the board will be able to meet it. So in short, we are saying the curriculum is never static. It's never static. It is ever changing. And it needs to adapt to the needs of society. The needs in 50 years ago, that society, the needs were different from the needs of the current society. The curriculum will continue to be reformed. According to UNESCO, a curriculum should be reformed every 5 years. The last time we reformed our curriculum, the 844, was in 1985, when George Saitoti was the minister. Between 1985 and 2017, those are very many years, isn't it? So the curriculum should have been reformed yesterday. We shall continue to reform because the society is ever changing. The needs are ever changing. Every day comes with its challenges that needs to be resolved. What I'm asking us teachers is that let us adapt. Kindly. Bwana, adapt. Otherwise the system will throw you out. I was training some teachers in Nandi South 3 years ago when JS was still, when the learners were still in the lower primary, in the primary area. Sorry, they were not even in JS. And the talk was JS will be domiciled in secondary. So those teachers, I was training them on something else, not on CBC. I think it was something else. And the teachers were telling me during opening forum, please don't bring CBC to secondary. Wacha ifanye nini? Wacha ikuishie wapi? Primary. And I told them, the train left the station. If you don't adapt, you will be shipped out. I am asking us, let us adapt. It's no longer a story. It's already not. What we need to do is we need to learn and relearn. According to Ashwin Tofla, he says, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. They are going to be those who cannot learn, and you need to unlearn some of the things that are innate in.
Which is also good, as those are learners who are likely to go to engineering lines. So what I've done is I've given them various types of medical branches. What I've shown them is requirements for medicine and surgery. That is listed in order. The subjects that they should be having now is biochem, which is now mandatory for them to qualify as medical doctors and surgeons. They are already aware and you have done the correct alignment. They have that came by. Then maths or physics, that is what Cooks is saying now, will also be insights, the concept of biochem. Now the question is which maths here? It is core. It is your STEM aspect. It is core. And then Cooks is saying English or Swahili. Encourage them because quite a number of these boys, they can think that Swahili can easily be fast than English. But if you have been following what Cooks are doing, this one is on paper. But when placing learners, they attach to English. And a learner who had not taken serious English will be disadvantaged. So let us be because these learners are exchanging notes. The ones who are in Form 3 and Form 4 are telling them, usikaribie physics, mkubaya moto mkubaya. That is what the seniors are telling them. I have not gotten that as a reflection of Lelwak, but that is what's happening on our end. So these are schools of the same level. And likely the interactions there and here may be similar. So they are being contained in terms of decisions towards picking physics or leaving physics. So that as teachers on our end, as we are trying to push them towards a particular direction, we are experiencing our forces pulling them away from us. So let us still stay in between because I've seen your percentage in physics is around 50% to around 60%, those ones who are opting to do physics. Otherwise, majority of your school reflection is biology focused, which is also the same picture on the other end. It's like biology is dominant. We are running 61 boys there, 7 of them are in STEM classrooms. That's 500 boys. Then around 120 are in social sciences. And then 32 are in art and sports. So in that STEM of 500, majority are doing biology, which is the same picture in Lelwak. So in research perspective, you can say Kenya is very safe in this generation in terms of medical affairs. Second reasoning is engineering related. The economy is also stable because the ones in medical field will be using machines designed by physics. So the two will be able to achieve the stability of the Vision 2030, and then we have also currently Vision 2063. We are moving towards achieving the same through this method of evaluation. Then in terms of measurements, in terms of your social sciences, you have done also good arrangement in your subjects, which is good. I have also shared the second aspect that is on selected areas in social sciences. Law, I have shown them that is the current situation in books, and quite a number, when we left the DH up to here, quite a number followed me to ask specific questions about these areas of social science and also change of pathway. That is also a concern that you now need to take over on your end and then address appropriately. Concerning change of pathway, no clear direction so far. What you do is advise them to be serious in the pathways they were given. Why? Chances very high that the change of pathway, we shall not do it as a school activity. It will be taken back to bottom. And then there are total cluster points for STEM, social and arts and sports will again be tried out in the portal if the learner qualifies to change. Especially the challenges are those ones climbing upwards from social to STEM, from arts and sports to STEM. They may succeed, those ones moving from arts and sports towards social sciences. But coming upwards to STEM, they may encounter some challenges. So that question came in, and I was not very specific in committing myself towards answering it. I advised them to be serious in their current pathways as we wait for guidance from MOE on the same. Otherwise, move on with the same message. So I displayed this, they have documented this in their exercise books. And quite a number of them, before I showed them these summaries, I asked how many are to be engineers in Sudan. Several hands came up. Those ones who want to be doctors. Then when I came down to clinical medicine, they had no idea. When I came down to pharmacy, they had no idea again. Then medical lab, no idea. So I took myself now down and then I told them stories about a medical doctor and a surgeon. What are the figures as in an hospital? So I took them back to hospitals they have stayed. And that first specialist you met in an office, ulipelekwa hospitali, then you were interviewed about unasikia wapi na wapi na wapi, nikawaambia huyo ni nani, and then huyo referred to laboratory, nikawaambia hawa those ones, that fellow who handled you in the lab ni nani, and then you came back the doctor who was in this office or the CEO akakwambia ingia nursing station for example of 3, you are injected, who is that one who injected you? And then akaangalia your notes and then akakwambia ingia kwa duka fulani hapo upewe dawa. So I just define the roles of each individual in medical field by example perspective. Ndio wajue kwamba kumbe whoever mwenye anaitwa clinical officer or CEO for example is so and so who has been assisting me in this way and this way. So I've shown them those realities. Then I expounded also engineering to 7 varieties. I just narrowed down to electrical, electronics, telecommunications, software engineering, computer engineering, chemical, mechanical, etc. And then I recommended some specifics for them as Lelwak country. We have some engineering, you know our relatives. Some engineering tumekufanya hakuna penye unakuja enda. So I've just recommended some 3 of them that they can go back to and then think of now while they are still in Lelwak. There is also aeronautical engineering. I told them aviation. Some of them, around 3, wants to be pilots. Then now when they are coming here, they think that kuna ndege, an aeroplane in Lelwak. Only that our own ndege so far for these few days they have been here. The same to Samuel Moja amerudi nyumbani. He is now trying to process to keep the school because alikuwa akitarajia ndege iko Samuel. So we need to remind them. Let me take you to third class, sorry. That's aviation or electrical engineering. So these notes I developed from practical assessments after noticing the gap in the market. Where is the market? Our schools. Learners expect guidance. So wasikuya kwamba lazima wafanye aviation in Lelwak, ndio aenda afanye nini? Aeronautical engineering ama aviation in the university. We need to open up their minds that we said that they need to know that for them to go and start a aeronautical engineering in future, wafanye tu those subjects. Commerce, we have English or Swahili, both of them are running compulsories. And then physics now and chemistry and geography. That is now the policy on paper, cooks waiting for them. So coming back on the ground, if you interview those 3 boys, look at their subject arrangements. Physics, chemistry, and geography lazima ishikane. You may get one of them saying, I want to be a pilot. Nahana physics, I will number one in some of your wings. So it's good that we are men that learner to fix kwamba aingie physics, chemistry, and then what? Geography. That is books requirements as per now. So it's good that we narrow down to them, and then from there we give them that guide. So that's a special issue. I saw there are around 3 or 4 boys. They responded on the same. And some of them even responded me back. Kuna hata mmoja alifikia sita attend to his question akanishika shati. From there he pulled me backwards. So these are eager boys who want direction. And it is now good that we be aware of this. Because I told them the very good referees, immediate supervisors come in. So I pair up those boys to you people for further guidance. So it's good that I also share these findings with you. The clients who are here, we show them the same direction. So it's good that be aware and be conversant with these ideas. And also question Google Scholar direct side about books requirements in they are good in coming up with some careers. Like one of them asked me the difference between quantity surveying and surveying. That was pertaining that arrangement the last one. One of them happened. And I think that question is from the hall again. One of them, I think that one who was in charge of the public address. The 2 boys who were in charge of setting up the public address, they failed, they are coming to intervene. They were also members of the court. And I was able to pay attention to one of them when I released about their quantity surveying and surveying versus the systems he was playing. That's the one at least he's aware of where he's going. He's in charge of the devices, technical devices. In the meeting, he let the normal, at least they come in to intervene the public address duties, which all of us here are not able to address, but they are able to address at their level. Those are the challenges. As I you saw my laptop was not compatible with that project. Then now we run some settings here to install the programs, and then we had to look for my laptop is compatible with this without questioning more issues. So these are issues, and they know. So you saw a gentleman who came, he was able to detect some settings, and he ran the installation so that he installed the one in blue to run here, and then I just completed the installations. That is technology. Madam Director's laptop here cannot accept any of these mostly. But now blue is what I was telling Director using. If you can look for this, our laptop will now be comfortable with all types of projectors. So we are in different generations, which when we open up the room, we shall have solutions within ourselves. So those students, they are very advanced and they expect a lot. Now, Madam Director talked about concerns we are getting from these students. Over last week, I was trying to assess the teacher and student interactions without the awareness of the teachers, and the students are saying the teachers are too fast. Now, so at these are an extra county school, and when we generalize the findings noted in the 2 schools, we can also make a ruling and develop a theory in Kenya, guiding on how teachers of 844 are implementing CBC curriculum in 10 learners. Then we cite recommendations on areas to improve. 1, kuko na haraka ya 844, the learner is slow. Amezoea CBC. A case study of math syllabus, how many topics? 10 topics for 844 teachers. How many strands? 10. Are you seeing 844 teacher or math? And that is why we might be in a hurry to speed up the syllabus. Remember, Makut, there are only 3 topics. Those are 3 strands to be taught in the entire year for maths. Physics, there are 4. So to Kiaragisha, we are likely to finish the syllabus of grade 10 end of term 1. Because the lead is what next. So that is the scope. So let us be into. I think she talked about the framework. Look at their age. Characteristics here, these are equivalent ages to form a form to come to one another. But wakisimama inside the others, we realize that even a form 4 As a still boy, they are of the same body muscles it is. So in terms of reasoning and exposure to issues, they are even ahead of the current candidate of Form 4 and also Form 3. So all those things, please, we need to recognize and then we cope with their best. Otherwise, the way they were behaving as I came, these are exposed acts. And they are aware of some things in our information. So in that way, I ruled out some engineering areas and then I narrowed those to electronics and I came down to engineering. One is telecommunications engineering. Those are current issues in the modern world that they should be trained towards. So when they come to your place, you give them the guidance. For social sciences, these are only around 5 areas. I picked participants and then we use them as training notes for these particular students. So all these are the subject requirements. So when they come to you, they question you and they, in fact, kuna mmoja ameuliza hapa, if I want to be a banker in the bank, in my presentation notes, sikuongea about any stories about banking. But I'm very concerned. And I was able to give them the guide. Please remind them about maths, business studies, even agriculture will work. Also, studying agriculture, you understand the type of business studies inside agriculture, etc. And emphasize on the languages. So they will be coming to you for some more guidance on what I presented. We had so many questions, we limited to the number of people. And we were able to say the others, our teachers will assist us. Because definitely we knew we are coming here to coordinate, to start the reason together, and then now take over the entire population as they work. So that is sample size. Now I got around 2 boys doing arts and sports. Again, those ones require more guidance versus the school culture. It's like the way they are behaving, it's like now Lelwak, you are running 2 major pathways, STEM and then social sciences. Let us still think about the future of the 2 or 3 boys I saw. And then there is 1 boy who is in social, na anafanya biology. I hope you saw that tomorrow. The special case, he is doing biology and he has our future concerns. So still work with that boy closely. I don't know how Filana Fulso. First timetable, I need to understand your structure, but I make some comments about timetable. So still think about that boy with respect to what he intends to be in the future. So those are the 2 special issues I told you might require some areas to improve. One is about the 2 or 3 boys in arts and sports, and then the second one is this case doing social sciences and he has biology. And that leads us into some concepts here. We have that policy document guiding implementation on subject selection, etc. Now, if you look at bullet number 3, that is where I began this particular presentation. You need to work closely to at least align their careers, which I have seen that you have done at the best level possible. Look at the last one, other subjects from other pathways, tracks to be distributed to support sciences based on course expectations. And that is a special case that is happening in that biology. Is in social science wing. The policy allows that student to pick a subject from any other after picking 2, preferably in the main pathway, social sciences. So there is another additional guide. Let me finish with that. Yeah. That is exactly what we have done. And then we thank you for the work done so far on the ground, maintaining the policy. Look at point 2. All STEM, don't forget that they are running core. One of them may think that as I go allowed, I end up in essential. The policy doesn't allow. But the vice versa is allowed. Learners in social science pathway and arts and sports shall take essential. A learner in non-STEM may be permitted to come and pick commerce. It is allowed, like as Lelwak. Please don't complicate our equation. Just let them run core, essential and sports, sports and arts, social sciences. Run what? Essential. Because if you allow your crossing, it will just dilute our system. And then additional areas. Those 3 subjects which I was now talking about, think about them very well. in terms of their careers. That's with that is advised that the learner takes at least 2 subjects. That's a very strong area. Like I saw biochem and agriculture. That is a very good one. Biochem and any other. And I saw a case study of physics, chemistry majority, with geography. That's a very good arrangement. Physics, chemistry with computer, and I saw a number of computer students. You are well placed. You can run that small number with your resources. Where to go, the number of computers is around 1.